Welcome to Vuk Talks, and I am your host, Eiling. I do not ride alone, but I ride with Lisiba. Welcome to Vuk Talks, the show that speaks about health, entrepreneurship, and so much more. How are you, Lisiba?
I'm fine. How are you, Dimpo?
I'm good.
Yes.
So, this episode, we're going to discuss SARS. We have our guest, Mpho Muzimme from SARS. How are you?
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
I'm good.
Hi again, Info. Now, let's dive straight into the questions. Please tell us, what is the mandate of SARS?
Good morning. My name is Mpho Muzimme. I am from SARS.
Yes.
So SARS is the South African Revenue Services, which is the tax administration, which is a legal entity. It was established in terms of the South African Revenue Services Act 34 of 1997. So we as SARS are administering the tax systems and also the custom services. We are mandated to collect the revenue that is due and also to make sure that there is compliance throughout.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the benefits of the taxes that we are collecting is that we as SARS, after we've collected this revenue, we then hand it over to the National Treasury, who will then distribute it accordingly. But one thing that I need to mention is that one way or the other, everyone does benefit from the taxes that we are collecting as SARS, because the running of the country is through the very same taxes that we are collecting as SARS, meaning the schools that are there, your libraries, your infrastructure, security, everything, the running of the country is through the very same tax money that we are collecting as SARS.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for enlightening us with that answer. And how does one get into registering for SARS?
Okay. We have a lot of taxes. Okay. For an example, as an individual, I can be contributing towards VAT, which is the value-added tax, but I need not necessarily to register for VAT. Okay, and I cannot claim for any VAT that is charged on me. But some of the taxes that I can register for would be income tax, and for companies it will be also income tax. And if the company has reached a threshold of more than $1 million, they can also register for VAT.
Okay.
So what are the common tax types that a person can pay?
Okay, I think I've already answered that, but I'll repeat again. But it is for individuals and companies, it will be income tax.
Yes.
And we also have a VAT, which is the value-added tax. And we also have a pay-as-you-earn. That's if you have employees in your company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Those are the common taxes that we have.
So now that we've learned how to register for tax, right? My next question would be, what are the documents needed or required to further that?
Okay. When one wants to register for tax, you can actually register for tax on your own, where you can use e-filing. So you can go to www.sarsefiling.co.za. Then you can click on register. When you are registering there, you would put in your personal credentials, and you will be able to get your tax number. Alternatively, you can go to a SARS branch, but remember, if you want to go to a SARS branch, you need to book an appointment, and you can do that online, or you can also use our USSD channel, where you dial *134*7277#. Then you do have an option to choose for booking an appointment. And the supporting documents that will be required from you would be your identity documents, and it must be certified. We also need your proof of residence, and we also need your 3 months bank statement or proof of income. Those are the supporting documents that will be required from you. Thank you.
Okay. So what are the tax brackets for individual who pay tax?
Okay, interesting one. So if one earns a salary of more than 91,250, that is when they'll be eligible to pay taxes. But it doesn't mean that if you earn anything less than that, you need not to register for income tax. You still need to register for income tax. It's just that if you earn less than 91,250, you might not be paying taxes. Yes.
So then when is the tax season? And how does it affect me as a person who's paying tax?
Okay. Currently, we are in the filing season. It opened on the 7th of July and is closing on the 23rd of October. Okay. So now it is the time where, because you have been taxed by your employer and that those contributions were paid over at SARS, you will then get a documentation which we call an IRP5, and you will then need to come and submit it at SARS. And as you are submitting it at SARS, we will then do an assessment to check if you need to be paying taxes or we owe you. I think that's the one thing that people are always interested in, to be getting something back from SARS.
Yes.
With income tax, right? So now that we know how to register and we're registered, right? Now we're stepping into the tax returns and the penalties. Are there any penalties regards to me not paying my tax? And what happens if I fail to submit my income tax returns?
Okay. Tax returns, in simple terms, I can say it is a summary of all your earnings and expenses for the year that you had paid over the financial tax year. Our tax year starts in March and it ends in February the following year. Okay, so that is the SARS tax year. So that is what you'll be submitting as your tax returns, which you would be getting an IRP5 from your employer. And a failure to do so, you will be penalized. And our penalties start at 250 per month, and it can go up to 16,000. That is per return. So it's very important that you ensure that you do submit your returns.
Okay.
As a young person, I would like to know, are there ways of reducing my tax payments?
Yes, there are. If you have allowable deductions, that will assist in reducing. Not necessarily meaning that they will be reduced, but they will assist. For example, if you have medical aid, you need to obtain a medical tax certificate where it will include all your details, who is the main member, how much you've contributed, and if you have any dependents, they would also be included there. And also if there's any extras that you had paid that the medical aid did not cover, that should be included there. And over and above that, if you have paid anything extra out of your pocket, that is not included there, but you have receipts, meaning that you have paid it during the tax year, then you can include that as part of your extra payments that you've made on medical aid. If you have retirement annuity, they would also issue you a certificate, and you would also include that. And if you have traveling allowance, you would also include, meaning that you have structured your package to have traveling allowance, and you do have a car that you are using for business purposes, and you will need to have a logbook, a full logbook, which would have all the details, meaning it's the dates, your opening kilos, your closing kilos, the reason for your trip, and that needs to be done every day. Okay. You cannot just count off weekends. They need to be included, and they would be regarded as private kilos. Yes.
So basically, in essence, you're saying that an individual must keep receipts of everything that they pay during that particular tax year.
Everything that is related to tax, because next thing you'll be keeping your grocery slips, and we will not be using that. So yeah.
Okay. No, that makes a bit of sense. Yes. So yeah. All right. Now, is there a difference between corporate and personal income tax?
Yes, there is. So corporate income tax, it is for businesses. Yes. So you need to ensure that you have a business that is registered. Okay. And you will then need to submit returns for that business or for your income tax, for the corporate income tax. And as an individual, as much as I can be a director of that particular business, I also need to register for personal income tax because I'll be regarded as an employee in my business. So that is the difference between the two.
Okay.
And when it comes to the taxes, for corporate income tax, they are levied at 27%. Remember, you need to submit your returns, and your taxes will be levied at 27%. Okay,
27%
and as
fixed.
a personal income tax, then it will depend on the tax bracket. Because remember, the more I earn, the more I pay. But remember what I said earlier on. If you earn anything more than 91,250, that's where it will kick in.
Okay.
So we use tax tables that will determine how much taxes you need to pay.
Okay.
So, I mean, 27%, you said 27 for corporate, I guess.
Yes.
So is it fixed or maybe does it go up yearly?
It is fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fixed.
Okay.
Yes.
So now going back to like businesses, right? Someone is watching at home and the informal business. For example, maybe a salon or a spa shop. Do all businesses need to pay tax?
Yes, all businesses need to pay tax, irrespective of how much you are making. Remember, I spoke of that 27% tax rate, but it doesn't mean that if a business is making 5,000, there'll be 27 tax that is deducted from them. Obviously, we look at the income or the revenue that the business has made, and again, depending on that, they would also need to declare all their incomes and all their deductions. Remember, when it comes to businesses now, you would have different deductions that go hand in hand with the type of business that you are running. For example, you gave an example of a salon, isn't it? Yes. So for a salon, you'd need to buy products, isn't it? You could be renting space. You would then need to include your rental expenses. I don't know if the rental expenses, your water and lights will be inclusive or not, but everything that is related to your business would need to be included. And after that, when you now are saying that, I think I've made a profit, you haven't made a profit up until you pay your taxes. So that's where the 27% will kick in.
Okay.
Then only after then you will say, yes, I can enjoy what I've made. And remember, if you have employees, you also need to pay them their salaries or their wages. And that would be part of the allowable expenses for the business.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, let's talk about e-filing. I'm quite aware that there are most people, taxpayers, probably know and aware of e-filing. However, there may be a portion of people who does not know or understand what e-filing is for. So can you please give us a brief explanation of what e-filing is and how it benefits a taxpayer?
Okay. E-filing is electronic format
Yes.
that is used by SARS, where you need to register yourself on e-filing. So you would create your own credential.
Yeah.
It is safe. It is available 24 hours, 7 days or 365 or 66 at your own convenience.
Yes.
So you need not to be booking an appointment with SARS, be waiting on the queues and everything that is negative when it comes to SARS. So you'll be avoiding all of that.
Yeah.
It is convenient.
Yes.
And with e-filing, you'll be able to submit your returns. If you need to make payments, you'll be able to make payments. If you need to make arrangements, you can also use e-filing. And it is quite friendly and easy to use. Yes.
Okay, so I want to ask you a follow-up question.
Okay.
So it's related to e-filing. So a person who does not have or who doesn't have access to e-filing, how do they register for e-filing? Can they do it themselves, or do they need a SARS employee to help them register?
You can actually do it yourself. Maybe I'm saying it's easy because I know the system. But I believe it's easy. You have a smartphone,
of course,
don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I have the app as well.
Okay. So if you go onto the App Store, you can also download the SARS Mobi app.
Yeah.
On your smartphone, and it works exactly like e-filing. So the same credentials that you are using on e-filing are the same ones that you would use on the SARS Mobi app.
All right.
And then also when you go to SARS offices, we have kiosks, and there would be an employee there who will be able to assist you. But remember, if you go to the office and you want to make use of the kiosk, it is within the business hours. But because you would then be having it on your smartphone, you can always do it at home, at your own convenience. Yeah.
So there's the convenience of e-filing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true. So for someone who is still new to this, I'm still new to the tax paying and all of those things, and I'm still growing, right? Are there classes available for people like us? Are there seminars that educate people on taxes?
Yes, we do have classes, and also at the request of the client, we can hold seminars. But if you go onto the SARS website, which is www.sars.gov.za, you'll be able to search and find the online, not really online, but the classes that we do provide at SARS. And there is a schedule there where it will tell you the different topic and the different office. You can actually choose the office that you want to go to and the times that are there and what topic we'll be covering in that particular day. And also if you as Vuk's Protection send a special request to SARS, say we have a group of businesses in a particular area and would like SARS officials to come and educate our attendees, we will gladly do that.
Yeah. So now how can people get a hold of SARS?
Okay, we have many ways where you can contact SARS.
Yeah.
You can go into the SARS website, which is www.sars.gov.za.
Yeah.
And we have the USSD channel where you can dial *134*7277. And we also have an email address where it is contact@sars.gov.za. You can send an email there. And we also have the SMS option, which is 47277. You can send an SMS there. Those are the options that we have where you can contact SARS. Thank you.
I love the options that you have because now it makes us available in a way to like the ways of contacting you. Even if I don't have data, that means SMS can also work. So thank you very much for that. My last question or my closing question that I'd like to ask, what is your message of hope to someone who's like, nah, SARS ke sharp, like SARS ke monate? What are your words of encouragement or your words of hope or what you want to emphasize to the people of South Africa about SARS?
What I would like to say is if we all pay our fair share of taxes, we will then be building a better South Africa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree with that as well.
You guys have heard here at home that paying tax is very important and being aware of the website and like the information given to us, we're definitely going to use it. And did you enjoy the show, Lisiba?
Well, I enjoyed the show. It was very informative. I think a lot of South Africans can learn a lot from this particular episode.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for
and
sure.
I think also just to say to people, just to echo her words, to say, pay SARS, register for SARS, be a taxpayer and contribute to the betterment of our country.
Yeah. And we'd also like to thank our guest Mpho for coming in and sharing this information. We're thankful for your time and for your space that you made for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Definitely.
Thank
It was
you.
fun having you here.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.